Boisais Hilchas Pesach Simin Tov Chav Tes.
What page?
First Siv Gimel. You know, I'm thinking we should actually learn all the mitzvahs. Is actually a good thing to learn the mitzvahs right before page base. Doesn't say page base, but right in the beginning, right before the page before. Yeah, there's a list of the mitzvahs. Hilchas Pesach. Yesh b'chlalan shmeina mitzvahs. There are 8 mitzvahs in Hilchas Pesach. Shalosh mitzvahs asay, 3 mitzvahs asay, v'chamesh mitzvahs loisasay. Right in the beginning. And 5 mitzvahs loisasay. V'zau prat, and these are the pratim. One more. One should not eat chametz from chatzos of the Erev Pesach and on. Beis levar chametz min ha'olam chatzos yom ha'layla, to get rid of the chametz from chatzos and on. Gimel shelo yira chametz kol shiva. One should not see chametz entire 7 days. That's a loisa said. Beis, by the way, levar chametz from the pasuk ach bayem arish tashbisu, should get rid of the chametz from the basar matei. Chametz the mitzvah essay. Gimel shel yir chametz kol you shouldn't see chametz, meaning any of your own chametz. You should not have
your own.
Your own. You could see a guy's chametz, right?
Which ones are saying?
It's not an issue to see chametz. Whenever it says doesn't say shaloi in Beis, it says levar you should. It doesn't say you shouldn't. And Gimel says shelo yira.
That's the loisasay.
Loicha. Dal shelo yimatzeh chametz kol Pesach. It says lo yimatzeh, you should not find chametz all 7 days. The reason why we have 2 psukim, lo yira and lo yimatzeh, the Gemara explains. There's a brayso which explains that each pasuk we learn different things out from each pasuk. Hey, shelecho chametz kol shiva, you shouldn't eat chametz entire 7 days. Hey says there's 2 things. There's one thing, you shouldn't eat chametz on Erev Pesach from chatzos on. And then also you shouldn't eat chametz during the 7 days. Meaning during the 7 days of Pesach. Vav, shel yilecho kol shiva tareves chametz. A person shouldn't eat all 7 days a mixture of chametz, even if it's not pure chametz. Sheyesh bekazayis b'tei achilas pras metreves. If you eat the worth of achilas pras, so a certain amount, which is 3 eggs. If within 3 eggs, size of 3 eggs of this dish, there is a kazayis chametz in the mixture. There's 1 kazayis in every 3. Then it's considered min ha-Torah also to eat it. It's tareves chametz. If there's less than a kazayis within 3 eggs, 3 bein, which is achilas pras, then it's not going to be ism min ha-Torah because it's mixed together. Even when you eat the mixture, the chametz is not, you can't taste it. Even if it's a case where you can't taste the chametz, you only put the chametz in there to thicken, but I think it is like to make it chametz stick, to make it like yeast, like kutach. Like kutach, pirish nesyuva de chalba, habavli, with a certain dish in times of the Gemara called kutach habavli. Shemefarim b'toichi perilach chametz. They put in it pieces, crumbs of chametz, machmitzai, in order that this dish should become chametzdik. She'ein bekutach tam lechem. In this dish, you don't taste any bread in there. El chamitz halechem, chichmitz es hakutach. The sourness of the chametz soured the kutach. So that's all. So you're not tasting even the taste, but there's a kazayis there within an achilas pras. Then you have an ism and a Torah. Shekayoytz v'shari isurim kanis v'Torah. By other isurim, we would say that's not asim in Torah. But by chametz, for Pesach, the Torah is much stricter by Pesach. It doesn't just say don't eat chametz. It says also va'amra kol machmetzes lo yiseichelu. Anything which makes something chametz, you shouldn't eat. Even has in a mixture, filu taravusei, even a mixture. Other things you say, yeah, you're not allowed to eat it. But if it's mixed up and you don't taste it, it might be different. It won't be minat Torah aser. But over here it says special pasuk kol machmetzes lo yiseichelu. Filu a mixture. Avokaris in the you're not chayiv karis. It's awesome in Torah, but to get the punishment of karis is only in a case of kein yesh betaruvasei tam chametz. Only if there is in the mixture a taste of chametz kamei b'shari isurim, like the din is by other isuri in the Torah, other is other nevela treifa, other things. Okay, so that's all about the dinim of chametz. Zayin. Lechol matzah belot hazvav nissen. One sheet matzah on the night of the 15th. Ches l'saper b'tzias v'tzayir b'Yisrael. You should tell over the story with Yisrael that night. Megala to levincha v'yim hu lemer. So we have a pasuk to teach. Those are the mitzvahs associated with it. So the base has a lot of mitzvahs associated with it, and there's a lot of dinim. This whole sefer is just on Hilchas Pesach. We're not going to learn all of it. We'll learn some dinim. If you want to learn Hilchas Pesach properly, you have to learn Hilchas Pesach a whole year.
In the Agada, it says that there's three things, but it's not has nothing to do with the mitzvahs. Only it says over here that you have to eat matzah and l'saper yitzias mitzrayim.
Two mitzvahs essays, yeah.
Right? But is mitzvah in Haggadah that Pesach matzah mar?
So these are only the mitzvahs which are associated today. L'maisa, since we don't have a Karban Pesach, but Emes says you're right. There's much more mitzvahs. Mar is a mitzvah essay to eat mar. It says in the Torah, matzahs marei michlu. Karban Pesach is a mitzvah in the Torah. Not only that, there are many mitzvahs associated with Karban Pesach itself. How to eat the Karban Pesach. You're not allowed to cook it. It has to be roasted. It has to be in a chabura. You're not allowed to break the bones. There's many dinim about
these are the core mitzvahs. These are the core mitzvahs.
These are the mitzvahs that are today. That are today after the time of the Beis Hamikdash is still applicable.
Oh.
All the ones that are not applicable, he doesn't bring.
Like, the Karban Pesach is not applicable to
right. The Rambam has Hilchas Karban Pesach has a nice 10 chapters, maybe more than 10 chapters on Hilchas Karban Pesach, a lot of dinim. But in Shulchan Aruch excluded all these dinim. So in the time of the Beis Hamikdash, there's a lot of other dinim you would have to know. And also Maror today is only b'derabanan because we learn that from the Psukim. We don't have that Maror is intrinsically connected to the Karban Pesach. If you don't have Karban Pesach, Maror becomes the Rabbanan today. But matzah still remains in the Torah because we have it. Even though the Torah does connect matzah to Pesach too, it's al matzah marei michlu. They would eat matzah mar together with the Karban Pesach. However, in the Maisa we have an additional pasuk be'erev toichlu matzahs, that this night eat matzahs regardless whether it's a Karban Pesach or not. So we know the Karban matzah, the mitzvah sasei matzah, is independent of the Karban Pesach.
I'm going to follow up, but in Vav, you said that they said about that there could be some mixture.
Yeah.
But we know that even a mashu, as that's what we go to. Is there a have there over here?
I don't know. It's a good question. We have to learn the dinim inside. With the Rabbanan, it's for sure Aser, even a mashu. For sure Aser with the Rabbanan a mashu. And the question is Minat Torah. Over here we're talking Minat Torah even when there's no taste.
Oh, so these are Minat Torah.
And these are only the things which are Minat Torah.
Oh,
besides for that, over here in Vav is talking about when there's no taste to it. But if you taste it, maybe even if it's taka mashu, like you're saying, even a little bit of it, like taka, everyone knows that matzah is also even in a mashu, even a little bit, when you eat it. And so we're so careful with everything. Now Pesach, the thing which can have be the most problematic chametz with chametz is the matzahs. Everything else, there's no wheat, no shaykhs to have chametz. But your biggest problem is the matzahs. They were very, very big,
based on Zion, that's why.
big Hasidim, or that they also say in Brisk that they would burn their matzahs. They didn't want to have.
No,
they
that's,
want to make sure that no.
I understand that the briskers only eat, because it says over here, Tes Zion, they don't eat the rest of the Pesach, the briskers. This is because of...
No, because they don't want to get... They want to only... What's the mitzvah Masay Min HaTorah? Eat more than that. There was one of the big Hasidim even who didn't eat... He only ate matzah for the meal, exactly whatever he needed to eat for the Lechem Mishnah. I mean, they don't even... These are not for our Madrega. This is, we have to know when we hear about a Hiddur and a Chumrah to know if it's on our level. So we can... To grab onto... big madregas, it's not. We should talk about matzah with a good hechsher and everything like that, but it's not. They have to hold by it.
In the time Beit HaMikdash, they had Mayim Shelano, and they have all the Yidurim that they have
Mayim
nowadays.
Shelano we had, but they had soft matzah. Like you said,
They had Lafa Matzah, yeah.
Lafa matzah.
It's delicious.
Lafa matzah. A lot of the Sfardim is still having soft matzah. Not everyone, but...
Very expensive.
It's much more. I thought that Rabbi Meraz's Chabura was the most expensive. Now I know that...
Because you know why? They bring it from Israel, frozen.
It's the
A guy
special
here, he put it, buy a freezer, big freezer, and he has to make money too. So it's like a second. 3 pieces, 6 pieces I bought for 45,000.
Wow. You just buy for the kazai, for the seder.
Yeah, my son-in-law doesn't want to eat because they're Ashkenaz.
Would they make it and then they freeze it?
They freeze it. And then they give it to you frozen. And they tell you, the seder, make sure they take it out before the show and put top of the oven for a few seconds. You have to take the chill out. And then it's very good. You put spread chocolate or something inside. And you roll it, it's like unbelievable.
You put the
chicken, whatever you want.
You put the carbon Pesach.
It said, Hillel HaZaken היה קורחן ואוכלם בבת אחד. What קורחן? Like a lafa. Korach, put inside the korban.
They must not be right, because when they went on Mitzrayim, I don't think they had boxes of matzah on their shoulders.
No, we know. The whole process of matzah changed 300 years ago. Till 300 years ago, Ashkenazim also had soft matzahs.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's true, it's not chametz, chas v'shalom, it's not chametz, but Ashkenazic Jewry took it upon themselves that we don't eat we make matzah, the process of matzah changed. This became because of the way things were done, that, I don't remember the details, but that there was certain chashashat that they were concerned about in the process, and they didn't want to leave it to rise a little bit or anything. They did it they didn't knead it out, they didn't want to they want to do the process much quicker. So when you do the process much quicker, you don't leave time for it to be soft. It has also to do with the ratio of water and flour. We one time spoke about it here, but I don't remember the details, but about 300 years ago, they stopped making the soft matzah and made the hard matzah. Now, because of this, it brought on a different thing. It became the whole discussion at Gebrachs. Matzah shruya became a discussion because the way the matzahs were made, the thin matzahs, and they were doing them so quick, putting them in, every matzah takes like 2-3 minutes to make. You have 18 minutes, but really every matzah takes like 2-3 minutes. From when they start pour the water onto the flour until they get into the oven. So
It's very fast.
Yeah, it's very fast. So Lamaisa, it's not really needed long enough, and it became little pieces, particles of flour,
Actual flour.
that weren't actually, didn't become part of the dough. That flecks of flour on the outside of the dough. When you knead it for a longer time, all the pieces get kneaded in. Certain flecks, you can look on a matzah today. Let's say what the matzahs were baked today in Beis Menachem Mendel. You'll take a look on the top. You look at it, you'll see little tiny white pieces. They're baked, but So that's a discussion that Gebrachs came about, that there became the Hidr, the Chumrah of Gebrachs. Because of these white pieces of flour, when they will get mixed into water, according to certain opinions, it could be an issue. So therefore, it's a Chumrah. That's the Chumrah of Matzah Shleim.
So what's the difference between 18 minutes and Shmua Matzah?
In Lamaisa, 18 minutes, you have 18 minutes, but the way the process works today, everyone's doing everything much quicker. So halachically speaking, you have 18 minutes. But Lamaisa, they're not sitting around till 18 minutes to do it. They're working so quick.
So what Shmua Matzah is more money than 18 minutes?
Because it's hand.
And 18 minutes
it's
not
hand.
it?
No, it's not because of the 18 minutes.
No.
It's because it's hand. Because it's done by hand.
But 18 minutes, Shmua Matzah is also hand.
No, they have. Don't they have the?
He's asking why it's more money?
Right.
No,
Because
don't
it's
they-
hand, it's not a
they-
machine.
I understand, but
Don't
this
they
is...
have the machine shmur matzahs? Those are
They
not-
do.
Yeah,
Shmura,
Yeah,
Shmura
but
you
they're
have.
not as expensive as.
What
the hand
Shmura means
shmur.
is like this. Shmura means, we can actually learn about it. Shmura means that it's watched from the time of the cutting. The wheat. Api halacha, there's something called matzah pshuta and shmura matzah. Here in Amol, America, years ago, even Hasidim would have matzah. Regular Hasidim would have even matzah pshutas. Simple matzah it was called. If you're a very big Chassid, you're a big Mahadir Mitzvahs, you would buy shmura matzah. Baruch Hashem, it became easier to have shmura matzah, so now everyone's having shmura matzah. But shmura matzah means that it's not only watched from becoming chametz from when the water hits the flour, but from when it's cut, we don't allow water to touch it. The wheat is cut in the field. You have to cut it when it's dry. You don't go when it feels wet. You cut it. Cutting matzah is a whole art. Cutting the wheat for the matzah is a whole art for itself. So you have to go. You go to fields. You check out the fields. You have to make sure it's ripe, and it's not wet. And you want to get fields that they're all ripe at the same time. There's a whole people they go many times to check the fields again and again until they decide when they want to go cut. They cut it, and from when they cut, they're watching it. Shouldn't come in contact with water. That's what it means. Shmura. Shmura mishas ketzira. That's what it means. And you can have that mishimatza too, and you do have it today. Mishimatza, many mishimatza says on a shmura matzah it is shmura. It's just not hand baked. That's the difference. But it's shmura from the time of the cutting.
And the Torah said you need a hand bake?
No, it's not saying you need hand baked.
There's nothing about just make a matzah.
No, it's just when the machine matzahs came about, in now machine matzah in general is on a much higher level than it was. When the original machine matzah came out, there were a lot more issues with it. The way the process was in the machinery was questions whether pieces were getting stuck or whether the metal was getting hot and certain issues with the process. Also, there was shaylas l'gabi l'shma, where you're supposed to do everything l'shem matzahs mitzvah. The machine can't say l'shem matzahs mitzvah. So
When you push the button, the first button, you say L'Shem.
all right.
Mitzvah.
So therefore, some Pesachim said you push the l'shem matzah mitzvah. So that was the whole discussion about mishim matzahs, and even today, b'chlal things are done much better, even with the mishim matzah, not the way they were done then. Anyways, but
I have a question. What matzahs are we not permitted to have?
chametz.
Yeah.
Egg matzah.
Well, egg matzah that is like this.
Matzah shira.
Matzah shira you're not allowed to have for the seder.
But during the Chol HaMoed you're allowed to? Kids allowed to. Women, I think, allowed to.
The issue matzah shira is mainly an issue of lechem oini. You're not supposed to. You have to have a lechem oini on Pesach.
Oh, this is rich matzah.
Then there's a minig. I think that's also min adin because it says lechem oini in the Torah. You have only flour and water. The poor man doesn't have other stuff to put in his bread. That's called a matzah shira. A rich man, he has a chashav of bread. You can put eggs. You can spice it up. We don't allow any spices or any eggs or anything into the matzah.
But today you have 50 different matzah. Oat matzah, barley matzah, this matzah,
It still looks like the poor man's bread.
Even small matzah, you see boxes of this, Benzer, Klosenberg, Salzburg, Chabad, even sugar, you know.
Yeah.
This one is 30,000 a pound, this is 50, this is 25.
Let's take a look. Let's learn some of the dinim of matzah. I see the Olam's interested. Sometimes we'll learn some dinim, but we'll skip around a little bit. Let's learn page Reish Nun Tes.
Ranat.
Page Reish Nun Tes. Ranat.
They have a bullet in the army. It's called Ranat.
We'll talk about the oats and we'll talk about whole wheat. Let's take a look. Simin Tov Nun Gimel. Dinei Achitim, the dinim of the wheat, with chinasim and grinding them, lamatzis, uvay lamed gimel sif. Aleph hamatzah shodom chayev lechol belel tatzvav tzichelius mecha mechamishes dagim, mini dagim, has to be one of the 5 grains. Shem chitim, so'irim, barley, kusmin. I don't remember the English translation of all of these. V'shibay l'shual, v'shifrin. There's oats and the other 2 types. Avum asa matzah me'oides, a me'doichin, a shamanikin. If you made from rice or from other beans, you grind it up and made it into flour. Rice flour, you made a matzah. V'achol loyatz dechavase, shenem alei seichel uchamet shivas yamim, ishna ichamet shivas yamim teichel matzahs. The Torah writes it right next to each other in the same pasuk to teach us that dvarim habayim dechim is only things that can become chametz. Those are the types of foods that Adam Yoitza Medechavase, someone's Yoitza with Imasa Matzah, you made it Matzah. Your Matzah has to be able to become Chametz. If it has no ability to become Chametz, it's not a Matzah. Yatsu, from this we exclude mini kitnias, any beans, V'chayotzim she'enim bayim dechimutz l'oilam. They can never become chimutz, el l'dei sirchon. It becomes spoiled. Shafilim losh adam kemach, oiris. Even if someone needs rice flour, beroischin, hot water, he even used hot water. And he covered it with clothing to make it very hot. And until it rises like a dough. It's not considered chametz. This is termed as a sirchein, and it's mutter to eat it. Therefore, since it's mutter to eat it and it's not chametz, therefore, even if you made it as a matzah, you're not yoytze with it for matzah. Because it has to have the ability to become chametz, which is only the 5 grains. Now, siv beis. Mitzvah amuvcher lechatchil k'chitim l'matzahs mitzvah. The best thing of the 5 grains, the mitzvah amuvcher, the best way the mitzvah is to take from chitim. That's the most chashiv. Not from the other ones. And that's the minig. Chitim, yikach b'shamini chitim. If you don't have chitim, take from any of the other grains, menachaval of yoiser, from the ones which you like the best. That's to be the next choice should be the one which is chaviv to you. Kedei sheyoichol matzah and oish eat matzah with a taiva. So the ma'ase is there's spelt. Spelt is another one of these. An oat matzah and I don't think there's barley matzah out there, but
it's something new. They have barley matzah.
They do?
Yeah, let's see the head.
Wow.
I was looking. My wife asked me.
Why? There's gluten in barley, right? No.
I don't know, but
Isn't oat the only one that has no gluten?
I went so many groceries. We had only few. We didn't order too much. It's finished. I couldn't get one.
They're very expensive. These things, probably
very expensive.
So the ma'ase is, listen, for people that are spelt. And what is Shabbat L'Shual?
Rye, barley, oats, and spelt.
Rye. Okay. So the ma'ase is that l'chatchila one should have wheat. If one is allergic for some reason, some doesn't sit well, so he could take from the other grains. But the mitzvah amuvcher, what's most chashiv of the grains? Oats is considered a meichel behema, right? Oatmeal, right? People, it's not chashiv. Wheat is much more chashiv.
So all the matzahs we have today is
wheat.
I mean, it's wheat.
Yeah, unless it's a specialty. You have runs of spelt. You have runs of oat.
You do?
No. What you have oat and spelt. You do have that. You can buy it. It's not as much, but you could definitely get it. There are certain matzah bakeries that do have runs. And for those people that need it and it sits well in their stomach, it's a big bracha. So it's a very good thing, and it's 100% kosher. Just if you can have all of them, you should l'chatchila choose have a chitim, because that's the mitzvah namuvcha. Now, Siv Gimel, Min Hanikra B'Lashon Ashkenaz. The species is called in Yiddish or in German Turkish Vates, Turkish and Vates, Turkey wheat. Eine min chitim, it's not really a grain. Rak mini kitnis yichashiv. It's considered from the legumes, from the bean family. Tarki, oy haydin, oy grike, mini kitnis. It's also considered from kitnis. Umot the last minute tafshe b'Shabbos, you're allowed to make a dish from it on Pesach. Kameshamut the last minute b'Shabbos, mini kitnis me'ikeh hadin. And now we're going to learn about the chumrah of kitnius. In your house, do you know your kitnius?
We used to, but I have a lot of Ashkenaz in the Seder, so we stopped eating rice and kitniot and everything. Because
I one time had to deal with Shalom Bayis problem. The husband, he was a Sfardi, wife was Ashkenazi. It was a second marriage. Anyways, and he told me that his wife doesn't want to see rice. He wanted me, I should tell his wife that she has to accept the minig of the husband.
Big deal. 1 week no rice. So
I told him, you're right. I told him you're right. I told him you're right, but it's not smart. It's not smart to do this.
He's a Sephardi husband.
I respect my in-laws. You still upstairs, coming down with other people. So I said this week no rice.
My parents keep the chumras at both sides. My mother keeps her chumras from her father, and my father keeps his chumras. It's like Pesach was nothing to eat.
Everyone brings their chametz into the family, their chumras in the family.
Everybody.
Your father is very nice. I spoke to him.
Yeah. My father's not there. It's my brother.
Your father wasn't there? So was your brother the one I spoke to?
I will know the minig is in these countries, in the countries of Ashkenaz. Shalilech Pesach, not to eat on Pesach, hatafshel, a dish, ashal oides, v'doichen of rice, upailin, v'adoshim, shumshin, other beans, sesames, v'shar mini kitnis, and other types of kitnis, afilu beyond of achrid, even the last day of Pesach, which is only midrabanan, achrid shel Pesach. Why? Shebedoides achreinim in the later generations, rabu ame oretz, there are many simpletons. Sheinim bekim b'sehata, they don't know all the dinim. They will see people eating oichem and pesach tafshel mini kitnius. They see you making foods that can look similar to things made with grains, because the dish looks similar to the foods that you can make. Yitu lahatir gamking tafshel mini dagan. They'll think I could also have a tafshel. Hoyel v'chol hashana derech las tafshel mini kitnius k'mish derech mini kitni dagan. People make dishes, bean dishes, which is similar to grind up the beans or grind up the wheat and look similar. They will think Shadinim Shava b'Pesach. Same thing on Pesach. The minig became to answer everything.
Potato starch.
I say regarding the potatoes that the Chaye Adam wanted to answer the potatoes because he held that the potato is also part of the kitnius family. Yeah. They say one other thing. They say Baruch Hashem, the potatoes weren't around in the times of the kitnius. Those countries, there weren't potatoes. Otherwise, it would have been us. So what would we eat on Pesach? Nothing to eat.
What
are we going to do? What are people going to do without sushi for 7 days?
So the only reason.
Sashimi.
Only reason kitniot is lemarit ein. That's the main reason.
Yeah, there's no. Look, we read
That's
here.
what it said here.
Yeah, we read here. Not a marasayin, but people will make a mistake.
Yeah, make a mistake.
And today we have Pesach pizza, right?
Today people figured out with Pesach starch, potato starch, you can make anything. Potato starch, you could twist it and turn it, and people could make anything you want.
So why Sfaradim doesn't hold for kitniot?
It was a minig, and that minig did not spread in those lands. those Rishonim, there was a time from the times of Rishonim, 1,000 years ago, it didn't spread. Anything which is not niskabel, those medinot, it never became accepted, this gezerah, this takana. So it's not binding there. They're not mechuyav. It never was. This was something that was accepted by the chachamim in this medinot. You have a chiyuv to take on, listen to your chachamim. But if your chachamim never held of it, so you don't have to take it on.
Hummus, because the name is like chametz, you're not allowed to eat it. Somebody told me.
Yeah.
Because it's the same name.
Wow.
Hummus, chametz. So don't eat it.
Wow.
It's a chickpeas. It's a kitniyot. So if you eat kitniyot, you eat it. It's nothing to do with the name. Hummus, chametz. You're playing with.
The ham is probably kosher lepesach hummus here, no? Sabra's kosher lepesach.
Sabra, some stuff. Yeah, but I think it's kosher.
Right, but is it kosher lepesach for Sephardim?
Yeah.
They have also bamba and stuff. It says on it in the back. You have to read out sometimes the labels.
That's
Not on all the
Pesach.
stores. Ashkenazim think you go to the store, everything is good. A lot of the stores that even if selling to Ashkenazim, you have to look up things that people buy for the kids, different snacks.
I went there
Look
to
in
Seoul,
the
I had a
back.
problem. I was buying these things that were, it said kosher Pesach, but I forgot, they didn't look closely, it says Lasfardim.
Right, it would say
Varnish
Svardim
was fine.
or La'oichle Kitniyot.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I would say you have to look carefully at the labels because
Make it small.
it's both kosher lepesach. You have to know.
It's a derisive, just it's not, it doesn't mean not to.
It's a minhag. It's not.
Siv Dalet. Loi nahogu iser. We are not noig an iser ela b'mini kitniya shetavshel hanasim hem eschala b'tavshel hanasim in dogin. Only kitniyas that their dish could look similar to a dish made from wheat. Shin diamonds alazeh, they're similar. Sheshneim nikroim ma'aseh kedei. They're both food made in a pot and they look similar. Lekach asu zeh b'shvil zeh. They made one asu the other. Aval minei zeroim, the top of Reish Samach, page Reish Samach. Minei zeroim, the types of seeds. Al minei zeroim g'en hasheves, shekoyin enes, ma'kuzbar shekoyin islander, v'zere akleiza. These are for seeds. Chayotz mishamin is only again from garden seeds. Einoig iser chutz min achardel. Sides for mustard seeds. Shegedule bar shavitin, because it grows on a
Stock.
in a what?
Stock?
Yeah, maybe in those pods. I'm not sure what they're called. Similar to kidneys. Manas b'cholim is included in that gezerah. Chutz min ha'kamoin, and also excluding the kamoin hanimker b'chanos, it's sold in the stores. Shekoyin kram kimmel.
Kron?
Kram means store in Yiddish. Kram kimmel, which is called the store kimmel. Shavin Eis in the Khan, they bring it to here from Medina Saches from other countries. It's imported. Vargarin of Daimel Dagan, and it's similar to Dagan, so this is also Aser. Lekach mechmirim bay k'shachin b'chol mini kidneys. Alamin kamei shekrin feld kimmel, but the field kimmel. Shein tzuras Daimel Dagan. It's not at all similar to wheat. E mechmirim bay klal. V'chein kol mini yakes e mechmirim behem hoyel mini Daimel klal Dagan. As well, all different types of vegetables were not machmer at all, because not at all similar to wheat.
So Chardal you're not allowed to, so not too much cold cuts. How much cold cuts you eat with Chardal?
Let's learn a little bit more. Afilo mini kidneys. So here, afilo mini kidneys and nagel isa achila. Im nafale mayim. We only ask her to eat it if water fell on it. Me'in shebekayotze behei mini dagan aser. And if water fell on it in a manner that if it would have fallen on the 5 grains, it would have been aser. Havamut lahanas of Pesach, you're allowed to have hana. We don't eat kidneys, but you're allowed to have hana. Because these dishes are kidneys, they're made with water. So now,
How you can give hana if you don't eat it?
like right here. Chemut lahadlik, you're allowed to light candles. Bishmanim anasim. You want to light a candle from oils that's made from kidneys. There's certain oils made from kidneys.
Canola.
Canola, there's different oils out there. So if it's kidneys oil, you're allowed to have hana from it. You're not allowed to eat it. We don't eat it.
שלא לאוכלם, אלא להונות בהם.
After the parenthesis, "Afil ala shulchan she'ochel," you're allowed to even use it to light candles that are on the table. That you're eating. So you have it sitting on the table. It's okay.
9:30. A few minutes.
We're not concerned that maybe some of the oil will fall into the tafshil, to the dish. And even if a little bit will fall in, his battle will be bottle in majority. Kivan. Since this minig is only a chumrah, it's just to be stringent. Therefore, we're not choishish, and you're allowed to have it on the table as long as you're not eating it. Even though before you make the oil, it's ground. You have to not grind. You have to crush it in the same place where they crush, where they put barley. Sometimes we call makim and tam soidim below machteshes niflatech Hashem and idek v'shas b'teicha v'sheini darach charav. Even they use the same machine that grinds and crushes these kidneys in order to get out the oil. Sometimes they use it also for barley. So it's clean. You clean it before you use it for kidneys. But maybe the barley, the taste, there'll be absorption of the taste, which is in this thing which is grinding, crushing the kidneys. But since it's no heat over here in the process, nothing hot, and the oil, it's not a davar charef, not something sharp. So pi halacha, there's no way the absorption can be transferred from the barley. Not an issue. As well, you're allowed to have kidneys in your house. It's not like you have an issa, it's like chametz, you have to take it out of your house. Even for Ashkenazi, you're not allowed to eat, we don't eat it, but you're allowed to have it in the house, and you're allowed to have enough from it. Obviously, by the way, only kidneys which is kosher Pesach. Because if the kidneys dish, if the kidneys should be cleaned from any possible chametz, but if it's pure kidneys, it's kosher Pesach kidneys, there would be no problem to have it in the house, to store it here. You don't have to sell it to the guy, you don't have to give it away. Even if water came in contact with it, before they're crushed, you make them wet, it's not a problem. But ones which are made from wheat, they're chametz gomer if they're touched with water. Even avalem pesach asurim b'hana, it's asur b'hana. Even not only eating, not allowed to have derived benefit. Helen came barley unless you're sure that there was no water that went on it, and only then would you be able to have it. Now,
so like bags of flour you would be able to keep?
As long as it's checked. As long as you know that there's no chametz in it.
No moisture, no water.
Yeah. Yes. And the flour was there was no chametz. Yeah, it never touched any water, so there's no problem with it.
Yeah, usually they say if they have little flour, so throw it out. It's not too much money. Even half. That's what the rabbi told us. You have half, throw it out. Buy a new one after Pesach.
No baltashes.
That's the one more sif. Kol min Yisraelim amutarim b'Pesach siv zayin sivav sichim dikrava. All the different seeds which are mutter to eat on Pesach, they're not considered kidneys. Still in all, sichim dikrava, you need to check them carefully. Koydim shiyasim tafshe before you make a dish. Livrei mehem, to clean them from any gardinei chidog, of any seeds of grain. Shadarki l'matzah b'neim, because in the field there's mixtures and different things, and there could be seeds of grain, and you have to remove it. Ficha, therefore, because of this, Hamach Mashalecha Kamin Vesheves Ad Yoint V'Achim. Therefore, even these type of kidneys, these type of seeds which are not kidneys at all, but someone who wants to be strict and not eat it till the last day of Pesach, Tabel Bracha, you receive a bracha. Ki Efshel Levarim Yaf, it's very difficult to check certain seeds, to check them, to go through each one and check them. It's very difficult.
Why? My mother, alayha shalom, is take rice, check it, get a lot of junk, check it again, get more, less junk, 5-6 times. I used to see her, I say,
Whole year or
"Mom,
Pesach?
Pesach.
Right?
5 times. And every time she, in the end, she was mama's white. No gray. Remember?
Right? Yeah.
Sit down and watching her.
Yeah, it's not also. They're saying that people that can't check it, if it's not easily checkable, and people don't want to.
That's that. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, for Svardim, he says in Siv Zayin, what happens if they want to have rice in their matzah? They mix the grain, they use flour, part flour from wheat, part flour from rice. Is yoitza the mitzvah matzah? Siv Zayin is like this. Do we have a million? We don't have a million.
One, we'll see one.
Is there one?
Missing two.
Moshe
Two,
was
right?
After motion, missing one.
the guy left, the guy wanted to die.
Right. Should have stopped. If one mixed, maybe there's someone else in the library. If they mixed wheat flour and rice flour, while say matzah, you made up matzah with it, are you yoytz to the mitzvah matzah? It's for a Sfardi. If it tastes like wheat, we consider it as if it's all chitim. And you eat a kazayis of it, just one kazayis, even though that kazayis has much more rice than wheat. Since it tastes like wheat, tastes as wheat, it's good. Even the majority of the kazayis that you're eating is made up of rice. You're still yoitza. If you should tava the nature of rice is the higarer acher achitim, to go after the taste of the wheat. Nishtana taimoi the tam chitim, and the taste changes to the taste of the wheat when it's in a mixture.